all week. But my house is just always so noisy. So we came out here to get a little peace and quiet, and I thought, you know, it's a good opportunity to pop in and say hi. Creations. Nice. Blowing up my spot. You want to say hi? This is my wild child, Leo.
Hi.
He's got jam on his face because we just had breakfast. And this is Shay.
Who are you talking
I'm talking to our friends on YouTube. Anyways, buddy.
to? Now I'm gonna say some stuff.
I'm gonna say some stuff. Can you wait so I can hurry and just say my stuff real
Yeah.
quick? Okay, go play with Shay for just 1 sec. Go play with your cars.
But she can't.
This is what I'm working with. Look at that baby. Is that you? Hi. Okay. Hi, my name is Sadie, and I am a multimedia artist based here in Salt Lake County, Utah. And this is my YouTube channel where I share my creative space and my experiences in the studio and running my online shop, Sadie Jane Creations. I always feel so weird doing these things, but I hear that it will get easier. Sorry. I always fidget with something when So yeah, in this second vlog, it's another pre-launch type vlog. I share some details about where I am leading up to this launch of this shop that I've been working on, and I feature this really beautiful oil painting that is kind of tropical inspired. And yeah, I have a ton of painting footage from it, so that's really fun. It's really fun. Sorry. So at the beginning of this year, I uploaded my first YouTube video, which was a pre-launch vlog, featuring this beautiful oil painting I did with sunflowers. And again, if I just can't get this right. I'm distracted by squirrels in my backyard. They're everywhere. It's crazy. Anyways, sorry. At the beginning of the year, I uploaded my first YouTube video, which was a pre-launch vlog. And it features this beautiful oil painting that has sunflowers in it, which in my opinion just turned out so lovely. And I love the video, the vlog that I put up. In a lot of ways, I kind of did it more for myself, and it came together so nicely. And if you want to check that out, I will put a link down below. Yeah, in this second vlog, it's kind of a pre-launch vlog. I share some details about where I am leading up to launching this art shop, and I also feature this beautiful oil painting that's got like tropical inspired vibes for me, and yeah, it's lots of painting footage, you know, just trying to be honest and be real about, you know, things, and obviously working on my camera skills a little bit. So yeah, hang in there, hang out. If you like this video, please, you know, comment, like, subscribe. I would appreciate it. Thank you. This piece was inspired by a sketch I did in my sketchbook. And it wasn't a preconceived idea. I wasn't trying to figure out a concept or an idea for a painting or anything like that. I just really liked this particular sketch and wanted to play around with it further, and I really can't believe where it ended up taking me. Comparing it to the process of painting my sunflower piece that I showed in my previous video, the painting process for this piece was definitely not as smooth. But it really did remind me of some important lessons that I want to keep in mind moving forward. The beginning stages of this painting worked out so well, and I thought that that was a good sign that the rest of the painting would really come along just as well, which was not the case. I actually finished the underpainting in one sitting, which is always my goal. I try not to leave any white of the canvas exposed after I paint the first layer. It doesn't always work out that way for me, but that's what I try to do. After getting the underpainting finished, I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do with this piece, but I had a hard time figuring out how to actually get it to look the way I was wanting. I wanted there to be less detail in this piece. Like I brought up in my previous video with, again, the sunflowers, I wanted it to have this blurry, hazy, misty feel to it. I kept trying to add details to it that I felt just didn't work with the piece. Everything felt like it looked too bold or saturated. I started with trying to add this green tree, and I ended up not liking it, so I wiped it away, which left this green color behind this little spirit. And I ended up really liking that, and I kept it as foliage in the background. So in a funny way, this area kind of worked itself out. And I think that's honestly how a lot of great work happens. They're kind of just happy accidents, you know? Then I tried again with this blue and purple tree. And I do really like how these colors looked together as a tree. I really want to revisit that and play around with it. But I just didn't think that the area of the painting I was working on worked for the detail I was trying to add. So I thought I'd try my luck on a different area of the painting. One thing that sounded really appealing to me was painting actual flora or fauna that live in a particular habitat. And I thought the colors of the birds of paradise flower would really complement the palette I was kind of going with. It was really fun painting these beautiful exotic flowers, and I knew it was really good practice for me when I was doing it. I also really liked how some of it turned out. I had a little bit of a hard time at first figuring out the foliage of the plant, but the colors that came across for the actual flower looked amazing. And I really want to paint them again. Ultimately, after taking a step back though to evaluate how the birds of paradise were looking in the painting, I decided again to just get rid of them. It just wasn't what I wanted in this piece. And so at this point, I was pretty frustrated and discouraged about how the painting had been going. I really wanted to try to push through and keep trying to figure it out, but I knew I needed to take a break and contemplate what I should do. Spending time looking at my painting made me appreciate the space I was in when I created it. I didn't want to lose that energy, and I'm really glad I forced myself to take a step back, because I think if I would have kept trying to force it, I potentially could have ruined what I actually liked about the painting in the first place. When the idea for this piece came to me, I was having some issues with my creative process. And I feel like this painting ended up being so symbolic for this period in my life. As my creative journey unfolded, my life changed so much so quickly, and I was struggling trying to balance everything. I found myself with very little time to create, and a lot of the times when I finally got around to it, I felt deflated, exhausted, and frustrated. And like I just couldn't make it work. I would get into this frustrated state of mind when I would try to create and end up feeling so pressured by the time I had to practice my craft that I would push through and end up ruining a piece. And I also noticed an inclination with overworking a lot of my creative projects. And it got to the point where I wasn't enjoying my time, really, in the studio and out of it. So I started thinking a lot about how I was using my time, my energy, and my intentions, and about how these aspects of myself were working in my life. I knew I had to make some changes to get out of this funk. I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like I was listening to myself, and I think for someone who creates, you have to be connected with yourself. You have to be able to, listen to yourself very deeply, so that, everything flows. It's taken time and it's been a learning process, but taking the time to understand myself and my daily routines, habits, and rituals helped me find my flow again. Meditating, yoga, journaling, spending time in nature, reading, just being grateful and present has changed my energy so much. The energy I inevitably bring into my creative space and into my creations themselves. After enough contemplating on this piece, I decided it was finally time to jump back in. And I'd love to say that, after taking the time away, I got back to it and it just worked out, but that's not really what happened. I ended up having to work everything out on the canvas in real time. And it was really hard, but piece by piece, I slowly got more of the look I was going for. I added a second layer of color over the entire thing to reinforce and understand the elements of the painting I wanted to keep and why they worked out better in this painting. I looked through a ton of reference photos for inspiration and had gotten carried away with looking at pictures and videos of tropical ecosystems. I started working on a little more detail for the goddess, and again, felt the details seemed too bold and made her kind of stick out in a way I didn't like. So I started doing another layer on the rocks and the water horizon, and I went over this pink area on the right, and I slowly started dabbing some shades of pink over it, and I ended up liking how it looked, and it kind of almost looks like, a bush of flowers. It had enough detail that it looked like, but it didn't have enough detail that you could really make it out, and that's kind of something I liked. As I was working on the green trees in the background, on the left side, I really liked how the green looked, and I wanted the same effect. So I started dabbing paint to make it kind of look like the foliage was hanging off the side of something. And that kind of led me to wanting there to be like a waterfall going off this cliff over here. Again, I don't know, I felt like it was a detail that didn't distract. In fact, I felt like it, really went along well with the rest of the painting, and I really like how it turned out. It's funny because I started getting back into art because I wanted to heal. And that's exactly what I got. I think there's an intimate level of self-exploration that can happen when creative. And I believe it has the power to heal us in some form or another. To me, so much of feelings from that time transferred to this painting. It has this tranquil feeling to me, like soft waves, wind chimes, birds singing, and, gentle rain. Truly like a tropical dream. I am a pretty spiritual person, and I do believe in energy. And I believe creating with intention can be a spiritual practice. When I step into my creative space, I want to come back to myself and at the same time lose myself. I want to treat this time with reverence. And sometimes I feel guilty because I'm not always in that state of mind when I go to create. I know there are days when I'm stuck in a funk, I feel down, or maybe I'm just burnt out in general. but I'm trying to get better at being able to understand if creating in the moment is something that's going to help me or hinder me. For the most part, I use my creative time as a way to understand myself and make connections with this reality. I try to remember what an amazing opportunity it is to be able to turn whatever I'm feeling in the moment into something tangible, insightful, and beautiful. And I'm so grateful that however I step into my creative space, it accepts me, no matter what. And as I start creating, everything else just melts away and I'm able to let it all go. But yeah, so the next vlog I post, I'm not really sure. So the next video I post, I'm not really sure what I'm going to be getting at. I have a sketchbook tour that I really want to upload, and that might be next. Why am I talking about that right now? I said I would talk about that later, which is what I should probably do now. Oh man. But anyways, sorry. I'm trying to get more comfortable with filming, but it's kind of weird. I'm just talking to this black proby thing, you know. And anyways, so yeah, thank you so much, you know, for hanging out, especially if you made it to the end of this video and you actually see this part. Yeah, it's been really exciting, everything that's going on. I'm really trying to just, you know, I'm trying to enjoy the journey of actually working on making my dreams come true, becoming an artist, which I've always, you know, wanted to do. And yeah, I don't know, just, you know, maybe the best part of everything, obviously, is just, it's so fun what I'm getting to create and what I'm getting to share. And I can't wait to make more connections in real life and online. And, you know, I really hope, again, to, you know, give you some value or some inspiration in your life a little bit, you know, with what I'm doing. Yeah, and I hope that things are good. It's so nice. It's starting to warm up here. I know it seems like for the last couple of years, spring has really held on tight, and so it's finally warming up. I have been taking full advantage. It's my second year growing plants, and it's so weird because I've been having a lot of luck with the plants that I want to eat, like food and herbs and stuff, but I cannot keep houseplants alive. It's like maybe it's the cats at my house, but they just die if they live inside. But yeah, sorry, trailing off. Everything is inspiration. So, you know, plants, animals, these crazy squirrels, it all feeds everything, right? And yeah, so, I mean, besides that, things are going so good though. I really wanted to share some of the actual products I'm going to be offering when I launch my shop because they're turning out so well. I ran into some problems with, like, you know, trying to manufacture products with other people. So I kind of took a step back, tried, you know, making my own products, and I've just been trying so many different, you know, papers to get, you know, anyways, these prints the way that, you know, I want them to be. And yeah, it's been finally really paying off and they're looking beautiful. But I'm holding back. I want to just kind of show everything all at once in this third vlog, or in this launch vlog, whatever it is that I do. Because I'm so excited for this third oil painting that I'm going to be debuting. you know, my crown jewel so far. It just speaks so much to my heart, and I'm so excited to, you know, have it be out in the world, and I really hope other people love it like I do, or, you know, somewhat like I do. And yeah, it feels like it's been so slow, and, you know, obviously my last vlog was posted like 4 months ago, so it has been really slow. And I have been working on this business for 4 years, and I have been trying to really document it for myself so that I can share it with other people in these videos. I'm gonna kind of try to work on that so that, you know, if other people are trying to figure out launching their stuff, maybe I can help a little bit, because I have gotten so much help from all these amazing people online, and yeah, it's just been this crazy journey. I feel like I kind of went back to school, really, because yeah, again, it's been 4 years, and I've had to, I didn't want to go to the bank. I didn't want to get financial help and get in debt to make this happen, so I have found a way somehow to pay for everything myself. And it took so much time. When I started this, I didn't have anything except a paintbrush and some paper, probably. Like, I didn't have a laptop. I didn't really have a phone. I didn't really have a camera. I mean, just all these things. I didn't have lights to use to paint it later. I mean, it was just, you know, so I had to start from the ground up. And not only did I have to, you know, find a way to afford these things, but once I got them, I had to begin the huge process of actually learning how to use them. And so I've been, you know, spending so much time learning how to use different programs on my laptop and how to use my DSLR camera. And, you know, not only that, but I had to just do so much research on why I should get a DSLR camera. I was, you know, should I just get a scanner? Like, there's, you know, so, you know, trying to be just, I mean, I'm very grateful and proud, you know, of myself too, just for getting myself here without debt, having these skills that I've really, you know, invested in. And I just, yeah, I'm excited to see where it all goes. And it's just such a crazy cool journey, such a crazy cool thing that we can do this now, and share what makes us passionate online. And I really want to say thank you for giving me a chance to take a minute and share that with you. Again, thank you so much for hanging out and watching this vlog. I will be releasing my next one sooner, I promise. And we're gonna get on real time, and we're gonna be, you know, sharing in real life and in real time. Sorry, I keep saying that. Anyways, so yeah, have a great day. Take care. I'll see you soon.